Going to do today is about effective feedback and how it is a two-way street. But before we begin, we are going to do a round robin at your table with your group, and you're going to discuss what you believe effective feedback is. I'm going to give you a minute and 30 seconds to go around as many times as you can, and you're just going to discuss, everybody's just going to discuss what effective feedback is for each individual based on your grade level, because it does vary, and or based on your interpretation of effective feedback. So again, we're going to do a round robin, and we are going to start with the first person on this side, and you guys are going to discuss for a minute and 30 seconds. Are there any questions?
Nope.
Alrighty, so go ahead and go, and you have 90 seconds.
Feedback is, I don't know. Go. I got to think.
Well, when I hear feedback, I think about you being able to, I guess, like, summarize what happened, kind of like a back and forth conversation, like, hey, you did this on the work, and this is what needs to be fixed, so this is what you did well, this is what needs like, improvement. So kind of like those, yeah.
I think feedback is a growth opportunity, so it's where you get a chance to grow and get information on what you can do better, but also positive feedback of what you've done so you can know how you need to improve that as well. Because you might do something right the first time, but it might be helpful to get the positive to show you like, okay, this is going right, and you can implement it in other different ways.
I think effective feedback is feedback that is in the student's language so that they can understand it. And I think effective is when you tell them specifically what needs to be done, or what needs to change, or what they need to fix, or what specifically they did well.
In my classroom, effective feedback is, it's an immediate feedback when they receive feedback right away, when they say something and I will give them feedback. And it's also a good idea to reinforce it, to repeat something after them, kind of to let everybody else to process what the student said, and to perhaps to modify or to agree. So, but it's a good idea to ensure that that I do understand what the student wanted to say.
Awesome. All right, so I did listen a little bit in regards to what everyone said, and you have some amazing answers. So we're going to go ahead and go through this presentation, and you'll have more time to share your thoughts and your opinions in regards to feedback and how it's utilized in your classroom. So can I get number 4 on the table, pointing at number 4, to read this quote for me?
Oh, what is feedback? Feedback is not about praise or blame, approval or disapproval. That is what evaluation is, placing value. Feedback is value neutral. It describes what you did and did not do.
Can number 2 rephrase that for everyone?
Pretty much is not to, like, make the person feel good or bad about what they did do right or wrong. It is pretty much to give them ways, tell them what needs to be done, not, like, oh, you're wrong, why did you do that? Like, hey, this way, that way.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing, both of you. I appreciate that. So yeah, this quote is basically saying that feedback is not for me to tell you that you're right. It's not for me to tell you that you're wrong. It's for me to tell you what can we do better, or what steps we need to take in order to master whatever we are learning. So we're going to talk about what research says. So in this video, you guys are going to watch a video really quick, and it's going to talk about, based on research, how it affects students and how it affects teachers. Or educators, I should say.
Feedback is a powerful way to achieve improvement in teaching and learning. It is an integral part of every teacher's practice, and, when used effectively, can improve student learning by as much as 8 months. As teachers and school leaders, it's essential to understand what evidence-based feedback is if we're to unlock the greatest possible benefits for our students. So, what does the research tell us about feedback in teaching? Feedback is an ongoing process of goal setting, gathering evidence about student learning, and providing instruction that makes clear the next actions to improve performance. Feedback can be given by the teacher, peers, or the student themselves. 2 evidence-based models for feedback have been developed by Hattie and Timperley and Black and William. Both models propose 3 important questions for both the student and teacher to consider. Where is the learner going? Students and teachers need to be clear about the learning goals and what success looks like. Goals need to be appropriately challenging so the students can succeed and grow. Where is the learner right now? Evidence is gathered about the student's knowledge, skills and performance relative to the learning goals and tasks. How does the learner get there? This involves clarifying the steps the student needs to take to achieve the learning goals. If needed, the teacher adapts or changes the teaching and learning activities to meet the student's needs. Feedback can be directly related to the learning task, which is useful. However, feedback about the processes underlying the task or about how students self-regulate their learning is more powerful. So, what are the benefits of effective feedback? Research indicates that effective feedback can increase student effort and outcomes, lead to more effective learning strategies, and improve student self-regulation. The benefits for teachers are also significant. Effective feedback practices provide evidence about student learning related to learning goals and the curriculum. This helps teachers understand the impact of their teaching and, if needed, where to adapt strategies to better meet the needs of their students. To improve and sustain good feedback practices, it is vital that educators work collaboratively. School leaders can support teachers by prioritising feedback and implementing a whole school approach, providing access to resources and opportunities for professional learning and collaboration. Teachers can develop their feedback practices by communicating clear learning goals, trialling activities that provide evidence of student learning, planning for task, process, and self-regulated feedback, checking that students understand and act on the feedback provided, and working with colleagues to develop and refine feedback practices. Feedback is evidence-based and inexpensive to implement. It offers a powerful approach to enriching teacher practice and significantly enhancing student growth. For resources that will help you improve your feedback practices, visit aitsl.edu.au.
Alright, so before we speak with each other,
Feedback
we're going to do
is a
an
powerful way
activity
to
really
achieve-
quick based off of this video. So I'm going to actually split you this back on here. Alright, so there are sticky notes on your table, there's pens on your table, and there's candy on your table. For those who are sleepy, I know we have a long day. So what we're going to do, you two, we're going to do a right rally, ooh, I messed it up. Right rally Robin, not Robin. Lord, I forgot what you guys are going to go back and forth.
Yeah.
So you're going to take one and you're going to take one. And you are going to write by yourself. You're going to get 60 seconds to write all the benefits of feedback. And then you guys are going to go back and forth in regards to what you wrote on your papers. You three are going to write ways to provide feedback to the students. How the teacher, the student, even peer-to-peer, different effective strategies that you can do to provide feedback to the students. And then you are going to go back and forth as well. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 until you run out. And then after the time is up, I'm going to give you a total of 5 minutes to do this. First, we're going to give you your 30 seconds to write all your rally robins, so don't start until the time starts. And then 60 seconds to write your ideas down. And then I will give you time to share out. And then once you're finished sharing out, I'm just going to have you come and post those ideas up here for me, okay? Anyone need me to repeat that?
Ours is the benefits.
You're doing the benefits, you're doing the strategies, all right? And you all can go, I'm sorry I don't have my music. You all can go starting now. And right now we're just writing, this is your think time, and 1 on each sticky note. So 1 on each sticky note, 1 on each sticky note. So we're doing the benefits on this side and the strategies on this side. 1 on each, and you're not sharing just yet, so you keep all yours to yourself, and then we'll share out once this 60 minutes is up. And let's see how many benefits we can find and how many different ways Now we can provide our students with effective feedback, or we receive effective feedback. And I was right, time rally robin. We did a round robin the first time. Got some good things in there. About 10 more minutes and then we're going to share with each other. Alrighty. Alright, at this time you're going to do your rally robin. You're going to do your rally robin. So 1 and 4 will start. And then 1 and 2 will go back and forth. And then 4, 3, 2, 4, 3, 2. Alrighty? Go ahead and start until you have no more left. Begin.
I have peer to peer, so one strategy is buddy up and say, I like how you, well, why did you, will have fun. And then red light, green light, so with the lost, green light, I get it, yellow light, I kind of need help. And then I put teacher to student, comment on where you have
Teacher to student.
Peer-to-peer strategy?
No, you have to do one.
And just remember with rally robin, we go back and forth. So you share one, you share one, and then you go back and forth.
Student to teacher.
Teacher to student feedback?
And once you're done with your rally robin, go ahead and post those on the board for writing. So all the benefits together. Awesome, thank you. You can scoot up your chest a little bit so you can still see the screen. And then next to the benefits, you all put the strategies next to the Awesome. Nice. Alright, so I'm just gonna share out some of these because you didn't get to speak with each other. But we'll start with the benefits because of course we don't want to do anything in our classroom that doesn't have a benefit for ourselves and or our students. Some of the things that we got from the video was that we will find growth, and I'm assuming that's growth academically, socially, with our students. It gives you the ability to reteach and reteach specifically what they need and not just reteaching the whole content. You're able to provide, I'm assuming, hands-on. Elaborate a little bit for me because I don't want to go the wrong direction.
Well, just pretty much like you're working with the student just on that, so it's hands-on that specific.
Got you.
Like,
So you're more like in
Exactly.
there. Got you. Wonderful. Builds confidence in students, absolutely, because now they know what they know and don't know, and they're able to communicate that with you. Know where to go with instruction, helps you drive your instruction right. Instead of just having numbers, now you have actual information from the students. Improvement. Can someone elaborate? Is that the same as growth?
Yes.
And is it for the teacher and the student, or just the student?
The teacher.
For the teacher?
Yes.
Okay. Well, in your teaching strategies?
Yes.
Awesome. And then
Correct guidance.
okay. I'm done. Correct guidance. Got you. Okay. Correct guidance, which means I'm not when I'm doing my small group, I'm not teaching you transition when you need to know how to drink out the water fountain. Got you. Awesome. And now based on these benefits, now we can come up with different strategies to ensure that our students are reaping the benefits, right? So some of those are peer-to-peer based strategies, student-to-teacher strategies, teacher-student feedback. Awesome. So you're getting feedback from the student, teachers also giving them, and then they're giving it to each other. Writing directly on student work, that's awesome. You can give immediate feedback when you do that, or right after an assessment. And then verbal feedback, as soon as you see they're doing something incorrectly, you fix it immediately. And then we have some actual activities like red light, green light. Red light means stop, I'm assuming. Green light means you're doing good. Awesome. I like how you, verbal, right? Creating that sentence frame. So using that, I like what you did, or why did you, and giving them an explanation. and teacher comment on the work. Awesome job. Love them. All right, so now we're going to go into the next part. And this is just summing up what you all said, and you all hit it right on the nail. What does the research say, and why can effective, how is it effective? Basically, an increased effort. Did we have that?
Yes.
Absolutely. It develops more effective learning strategies.
Yes.
We have that. Helps with autonomy and self-regulation. Well, that's how it builds competence. Teachers provide specific goals and criteria. Yep. Helps guide our instruction. And teacher strategies become more effective. And we say improvement and making sure it guides our instruction. Awesome. All right. So these are the learning targets that we're going to do today. It says, I can analyze my own classroom and identify how I use or do not use data effectively by participating in collaborative strategies, rally, robin with partners. So we've already done that one so far, right? I can describe what effective feedback looks like in the classroom by discussing with my partner, and I can brainstorm new ways to incorporate effective peer-to-peer, self-reflection, and student feedback by completing multiple bubble maps. So that's the goal for today, so that we can make sure we take this information and implement it in our classroom on Monday. Any questions so far? All right, teacher feedback. You can stop.